I'm sorry, Doctor, but we'll need your help in the lab.
Greetings, people. I come in peace. What we saw last night was the purest display of determination, perseverance, courage, and resolve. Eubanks was visibly depleted from the start and just refused to capitulate, to succumb, and to surrender. I think Chris Eubank Senior's arrival may have made the difference. When Chris was wobbled in the second or third, I can't remember now, I saw Eddie look over to someone in Conor's corner and wink with delight and glee. That moment it really crystallised in my mind that Conor's team were fully aware, cognizant of the impairment and damage they caused by weight draining Chris. He had no legs and very little to no snap on his punches. That's why seeing Chris Eubank Senior step out of the lift with his son was like, yeah.
That's right, we bad, huh? That's right. You don't want no shit either.
That's right. An oasis in the desert, a sanctum in the wilderness, a shelter in the storm. Okay. But put simply, when I saw Senior arrive with Junior, it was a wrap. The writing was on the proverbial wall, and when Nigel and Conor watched their arrival, they were visibly nauseated. Funny really, they were calling for Senior to be there, but the reality of Chris Senior's appearance and presence became the harbinger, the portent, a prognostication of what was to come. The mind games that Eddie and the Conor Ben's camp played was unscrupulous and shady. From the weight limits to the dodgy scales with a kettlebell on it to con the officials into recalibrating them, allegedly. Trying to get Billy Joe Saunders supervising the wrapping of Chris's hands, the horsehair gloves, the small ring. It was devious and unsportsmanlike. They were looking for any small advantages, and if they were so desperately looking for an edge, I wonder why they bothered making the fight in the first place. Nobody forced Ben to take that fight now, did they? Senior had to present himself and step in, seeing all the subterfuge and stratagem. Chris Jr.'s team didn't have a clue, nor the cunning, the craftiness, the guile of the Ben camp, with Sims and Hearn working their alchemy. No, the Eubank team weren't ready. Even Ben Shalom was stupefied by it all, signing a contract like that. I think Junior has learnt what Senior was trying to protect him from.
God damn, man, welcome to the real world. Not a minute too soon, I might add.
He now knows his dad's value in this ruthless game. They needed the candid, strident, forthright figure in Chris Eubank Senior to cast his watchful eye, his incandescence on proceedings. A little too late, but just in time. Senior was lapping it up though, wasn't he? I suppose when you are so used to the limelight, it must be addictive. It was tremendous to see him there. I think with what Chris Jr. said in the last press conference about his brother buried in a desert and his dad thinking he's a disgrace, that must have touched Senior, particularly seeing the struggle Jr. was going through trying to make the weight. I had Eubank at least 3 rounds up. The judges saw it wider, but a Eubank win all the same. Conor Ben covered himself with majesty, dignity and grace. He was brave to the end and held up the Ben family name. He really did. None of them were giving up. If Ben can successfully get back down to his natural fighting weight, he'll be a formidable opponent for anyone. Well, maybe not Boots Ennis, but there's some good fights out there for him. I think Stanionis would probably beat him, to be honest. But you don't know. These are good matchups. Eddie wasted no time in trying to spin the narrative and program and reconstruct the minds of the audience to believe that Ben is now the people's champion?
That's too much, indeed.
That's too much now. Come on. Look, Chris is the paladin in this melodrama, not Ben. And I do not want to see Chris fight Ben. He can't do 160, clearly. And I can't see Conor Ben going up anymore. To be honest, I think Eddie has been quite callous in this whole debacle. I'm really disappointed in him because I think he's a good promoter. But this fight has unveiled an unsavoury side to him. A selfish, malicious, vindictive side. His emotions have clouded his judgment. Eddie is on the wrong side ethically and morally. Anyway, a very exciting fight. Chris Eubanks must have been at 60% or less in that fight. Conor did well and has shown he's got a big heart. Now, let's see how he does against fresh, hydrated, skilled opponents. No more gimmicks, no easy journeyman type fights. Let's see what Conor Ben has got. He's got the heart. Now let's see how his skills holds up in a fair competition. Anyway, that's my take. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe if you like. And remember, choose life. Thank you.
Was indeed parliamentary. Chris Eubank Jr. together with C.
I think positive always. I believe I can do anything, and boxing's been it is my business, and it's been my business. I don't know all the answers, but I'm the greatest authority in the world on Sugar Ray Robinson. And I have some idea on just what he can do and what